Hi guys, in this video I'll be taking you through the differences between the Samsung Galaxy A07 and the Redmi 15C. Now obviously these are two budget-friendly smartphones from two brands, that is Samsung and Redmi, and even though their prices are almost the same, there are actually a lot of differences between the Samsung Galaxy A07 and the Redmi 15C, and whether you should go for either of these devices highly depends on your use case. Now starting up with the screen size of both devices, the Samsung Galaxy A07 is 6.7 inch display, whereas the Redmi 15C is 6.9 inch. So the Redmi 15C is a little bit bigger than the Samsung Galaxy A07, and if I actually place both devices exactly the same, you're going to see that they are almost the same, except for the fact that at the bottom over here we still have some display of the Redmi 15C, so the difference is not all that much, and the screen of both devices are actually LCD as well. Moving over to design, both the Samsung Galaxy A07 and the Redmi 15C actually looks good, except for the fact that the Samsung Galaxy A07 is trying to give a more minimalistic vibe, whereas the Redmi 15C is trying to give you, that bold vibe, and that is why you can see the cameras are actually very big, and then the bezels for the camera is also very huge, giving you that bold and big phone vibe. The back of both devices are actually plastic, but they have this reflective surface that reflects light, and for every other thing like the fingerprint, they both have fingerprint sensor on the power button. There is the volume up and volume down button on both devices, and then at the bottom we have a 3.5mm headphone jack over here. They have their speakers and microphone and even the charging inputs, and then also they have the SIM card tray at the left hand side over here on both devices. Now, like I said before, both screens are actually LCD. However, while the Redmi 15C is giving you up to 120Hz refresh rate, the Samsung Galaxy A07 only offers 90Hz refresh rate. So when it comes to smoothness, it should feel a lot smoother using the Redmi 15C than actually using the Samsung Galaxy A07. But obviously that is not what determines the performance of both devices. So when it comes to smoothness and the speed or ease of opening applications on both devices, aside from the refresh rate, the processor of both devices also determine which will be faster and which will actually perform certain tasks better. And trust me, this is particularly where both devices are significantly different. So while the Samsung Galaxy A07 offers you the MediaTek Helio G99 processor, which is significantly better than its predecessor, the Redmi 15C offers you the MediaTek Helio G81, obviously the same as the one from the previous year. And trust me, the Samsung Galaxy A07 will outperform the Redmi 15C in so many areas. You're definitely going to see the differences when trying to play games with both devices. The Samsung Galaxy A07 is doing exceptionally well and better than the Redmi 15C. Obviously, this does not mean that both devices are the best when it comes to playing game. However, comparing both devices together, the Samsung Galaxy A07 does a lot better with performing heavy-duty tasks than the Redmi 15C. Also keep in mind that even though both devices are currently running Android 15, the Samsung Galaxy A07 is giving you up to 6 years of software and security upgrade, whereas the Redmi 15C is only giving us 2 years of that. And again, this is particularly why a lot of people are choosing the Samsung Galaxy A07 over the Redmi 15C. But one advantage the Redmi 15C has over the Samsung Galaxy A07 is the battery life. So the Redmi 15C comes with a 6000 mAh battery with 33 watts fast charging, but you actually don't get that on the Samsung Galaxy A07. So for this device, you're actually getting a 5000 mAh battery with 25 watts fast charging as well. So obviously the Redmi 15C wins in that particular area. Moving over to cameras, both the Redmi 15C and the Samsung Galaxy A07 comes with a 50 megapixel main camera, and then for the selfie cameras, both are actually coming with an 8 megapixel front camera. But keep in mind that when it comes to taking photos and videos, the Redmi 15C does not have any form of image stabilization or video stabilization, which usually makes the images to be a little bit blurry, whereas you get that on the Samsung Galaxy A07. But also keep in mind that both phones are not a powerhouse for taking photos, so the cameras are not so good. In my own opinion, I would definitely choose the cameras of the Samsung Galaxy A07 over the cameras of the Redmi 15C. Now, when it comes to some inbuilt features of these two devices, you're going to find some interesting features on the Samsung Galaxy A07 that are not on the Redmi 15C. So take for instance, you can do things like split screen on the Samsung Galaxy A07. So I can tap on a minimized application from over here and then just split the screen if I want, by simply adding another screen to the already opened screen and then just use both screens together. There is also the feature of a floating pop-up on the Samsung Galaxy A07, but you don't get all of that on the Redmi 15C. However, on the side of the Redmi 15C, you also have screen recording, which allows you to be able to record the screen of your Redmi 15C, as you can see over here. So you can decide which of these features you want the most and then choose which phone you would want to buy. Keep in mind that both the Samsung Galaxy A07 and the Redmi 15C does not have any AI feature, except for the fact that the Redmi 15C has the Circle to Search, and both devices also comes with Gemini, which is Google's newest AI. Finally, on the question as to whether you should go for the Redmi 15C or the Samsung Galaxy A07, particularly I would say if you're looking for a device that gives you that long-lasting battery and can help you perform simple tasks, then you should go for the Redmi 15C. On the other hand, if you're looking for a device that can perform heavy-duty tasks but is also budget-friendly, then the Samsung Galaxy A07 is a very good option for you. In all, I would recommend that whether you're getting the Samsung Galaxy A07 or the Redmi 15C, you always want to make sure you go for a bigger RAM. And I hope this video clearly shows you the differences between the Samsung Galaxy A07 and the Redmi 15C. If this was helpful, please make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to this YouTube channel, guys.